Hello and welcome to Gank That
Gank That
Drank.
Drank. Oh, jeez. Mine just splattered all over my computer.
Uh, a supernatural drinking game podcast. That's right, it's Gank That Drank, a supernatural drinking game podcast. It's the podcast where we make up drinking game rules for one of our favorite episodes of the television show Supernatural. We recap that episode for you and let you know how the rules played out. And then we tell you what's next, what episode we're doing next, and what drinking game rules we're going to play for that episode. That is how it works. I'm Krissy
But who are
Lynn's
we?
director.
Oh, there
Oh,
we go.
good question. Yeah, it's who are you?
And I'm Nate McWhorter, a performer at the Neighborhood Comedy Theater, which I know you were about to say.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that I'm the director of the Neighborhood Comedy Theater.
Oh, okay.
And you're a
Which is
performer
what you
at the
are.
Neighborhood Comedy
And I'm a
Theater, and
performer. Yeah.
we're Neighborhood Comedy Theater.
Gonna nail this intro someday.
One of these days we'll get it right. How are you today? It's a little bit unusual. We're recording in the day.
Yes.
It's weird.
It is a little unusual. That is weird. But I'm feeling good. It's a weekend day that we're recording on, so it's kind of nice to do a little day drinking. And I did actually just watch both the episode that we're doing and our next episode that is my episode right before doing this. So I'm already 2 episodes worth of day drinking in.
Oh, excellent.
which I only finished one drink because I was drinking a heavy drink, so I was sipping it the whole way.
Okay, good.
What are you drinking right now, Krissy? What'd you crack open at the top here?
I cracked open as always, Topo Chico hard seltzer, spiked sparkling water, tangy lemon lime.
Heck yeah!
I've only had one, and I can't say
sponsorship.
Yeah. What are you partaking in?
I cracked open a Noka, which is a no carbonation boozy lemonade. 5% alcohol. It is made by some sort of internet person. Some influencer has made this. That's all I really know about it. I couldn't tell you who it is. I got it from work, so
awesome.
Yeah, it's got a cool little design on the can. It's got like cool little like cartoon drawings of like people having fun and like summertime activities and picnic blankets, and look, these people are playing beer pong. Google it. It's a cool little can. I won't review the drink because I don't want to say. It's Noka, Noca.
Okay.
And it stands for no carbonation. So that's but yeah.
Okay.
I won't review the liquid.
Okay.
I'm not going to give out a review of the liquid, as I'm going to save those opinions for off air.
Okay, very good.
Anyway, what episode are we watching, Krissy?
We're doing season 5, episode 9.
Oh my god, I just had a mini heart attack. I literally just had a mini heart attack that I watched the wrong episode.
Did you think that you watched the wrong? No, it's just me being an idiot.
There was a part of me when I put it on that I thought I had the wrong episode earlier today. And so then you said season 8 and I was like, oh no.
Nope.
I did just watch the wrong episode. No, 5,
season 9. Season 5, episode 9. The Real Ghostbusters.
Sweet.
Yeah. And here's our rules.
Awesome episode.
Take a drink anytime the panels are announced. Take a drink anytime they drink a yellow-eyed cooler. Take a drink anytime someone says LARP or LARPing, which I think I missed a lot of in my count. Take a drink if they give... Go ahead.
Oh, no. I will get into it later. Sorry.
Okay.
When we discuss how the rules played out, I have a thought on that. I don't think you did. Was going to be my point. I don't think you did miss them. I think that there's a different phrase we could have gone with that would have hit more. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Take a drink anytime anyone gives out their agent names, and double it if you know what band or musical group is being referenced. Take a drink anytime someone says, naughty, naughty, naughty.
Naughty, naughty, naughty.
Take a drink for a real ghost sighting. Take a drink anytime we salt and burn bones. And then finally, take a shot or a double drink when someone says, that's what Sam and Dean would do.
I had one other rule that you had in here.
Oh, what was it?
That I wrote down from the last episode was Chuckles.
Oh, Chuckles. That's right. I missed it. Chuckles.
Yes,
Anytime someone calls someone Chuckles. Take a drink. All right. Season 5, episode 9, The Real Ghostbusters. Then Sam is being mean to Dean and saying that he has a mind of his own and he's not just Dad's puppet. We learn that Dean might have to kill Sam at some point. They're talking about the Colt, the Colt, the Colt. They learn about what LARPing is, and they learn about the existence of the supernatural books. They learn about Chuck Shirley, a.k.a. Carver Endland. Obviously, I'm a god, he says. He's a prophet of the Lord, Castiel says. We meet Becky. She's groping Sam and saying, you're so firm.
Becky is amazing. Just starting off the episode, I want to say that Becky's amazing.
Becky's amazing.
As a character, simply amazing.
Yes. She's truly
in the now. Sorry, not to distract you. This is the episode I think she shines in probably the most.
Oh, really?
Even more than the wedding episode. I think that she absolutely slays in this episode.
She does.
Anyway, we'll get to her. Yeah.
So baby comes racing up to the like beautiful hillside bed and breakfast where Chuck is outside pacing. And they're like, what was the emergency? There's no emergency. You texted us. Come right away. We drove all night. No, I didn't text you. Becky. And Becky's like, I borrowed your phone from your pants. Sam and Dean, you made it. They're going to want to see it, she's telling Chuck. And Chuck is saying, I'm sorry, guys, for everything. As they walk inside the bed of breakfast, they encounter a Dean and a scarecrow and lots of supernatural merchandise. What is this? Well, it's the first supernatural convention. Title card, supernatural. Pew, 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 pew. Wee, 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 wee.
Which I just want to point out one of the coolest things in like they kind of do like a bunch of different cuts of all the different things at this first annual supernatural convention. My favorite being of which, and I don't know if I've even seen this at our own conventions. I'll admit I have not gone to the supernatural convention, but at the Comic Cons,
I have.
I don't think I've seen this. The Got Salt shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it? Because that was like my favorite thing.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it to buy.
Yeah, that's what I mean, to buy the Got Salt shirt. I think that like whoever's making supernatural shirts out there needs to be really remembering this episode and selling those, because I would rock that. A lot of some of the supernatural merch is just a little too like on the nose for me, or like, you know,
it's very
like he's got a shirt that says Got Salt.
60-60.
Yeah, it is, like, which is perfect, which is just like, you know, which is like goes with the aesthetic of the show, right? But like, you know, I would totally wear the Got Salt shirt. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'll find you one on Redbubble or something.
I'm sure it exists. Yes.
Yeah. So we're in the convention. We're giving a welcome speech. The panels are announced. Take a drink. They are Frightened Little Boy, The Secret Life of Dean, and the homoerotic subtext of Supernatural. Oh, and don't forget, the hunt starts at 7 p.m. sharp. He introduces Carver Endland, which is the pen name of Chuck Shirley. And did you notice that the Chuck is standing in front of a poster of a cover of a supernatural book, and the boys are like,
yes,
shirtless
like
beefcakes.
Shirtless, yes.
Yeah. Shirtless, muscled up beefcakes, like it's the cover of a romance novel.
It's like a Baywatch poster, yeah. Or yes, like a romance. Yeah, no, that's exactly what it was. It was very Fabio-esque version of the boys. Yeah.
So Chuck is taking questions from the audience, and a big German guy who's dressed up like a scarecrow jumps up, and he's like, yeah, Why are Sam and Dean always losing their knives and guns? Shouldn't they put them on some kind of a bungee or something? Follow
Some
up
of
question.
Supernatural's best moments. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Because keep going, keep going.
Oh no, he says follow up question. Why are the boys not realizing that Ruby is evil? And then Becky gets right in his
Yeah,
face. If
I
you don't like the books, don't read them.
don't read them. Yeah, sometimes when the Supernatural writers are talking directly like to the fans, or like just very much like being self-reflexive in the script, where they're like, yeah, we're just gonna either complain or like have some sort of commentary on our own show at our own situation.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Sometimes
I love it
some of
too.
their best writing is when they're very just like self-reflexive or meta. It's so
Yeah.
good,
So
which they
someone
do a
else.
lot. It's something they fall back on a lot, but I just, this episode, it's so good. It's so well placed.
It is, and it's early on. Oh, so I should say season 5, what's going on in season 5 is that the boys are the vessels of Lucifer and Michael, and they're fighting the four
Mm-hmm.
horsemen of the apocalypse. That's what's sort of happening. So that's why they want the cult, is so that they can kill the four horsemen. And at this time they don't know where the cult
Yeah,
is. They've lost track of it. The cult, the cult, the
we'll get
cult.
to
Oh,
that.
it takes us so many
The
places.
cult, the cult, the cult. And
Yep.
we talked about the cult in our last episode.
We
Yeah,
sure did.
fun. We didn't even plan that.
Uh, so Chuck reveals that they have found a wealthy Scandinavian investor who's going to allow him to start publishing again, and of course, this makes Sam and Dean livid. They don't like the supernatural books. There's a big
No.
scream. Ah! Sam and Dean run up the stairs. They're joined by a whole bunch of LARPers. And we
Mm-hmm.
notice that among the LARPers, there's sort of a featured Sam and Dean, kind of a main Sam and Dean that are emerging. They're a really cute pair. One of them is, shorter and stouter. One of them is quite tall and thin. And they're taking their cosplay very seriously as Sam and Dean.
Devin Ratray is the actor who plays the shorter one, and he is in a bunch of stuff. And I was gonna pull up his. I will let you know all the other things that he's in at towards the end of the show. Oh yeah, he's. I knew it is. He's Buzz from Home Alone.
Oh, of course.
That's Buzz. That's the brother, the older brother from Home Alone, and then he's also in the movie Nebraska. And then he's in a bunch of other things too. But yes, I always, whenever he pops up, he's just one of those guys that like pops up every once in a while, and I'm like, oh, that's right, that's the Home Alone brother. So and he's so good. And then the other guy, I'm gonna look up the other actor too, because I he's in a bunch of things as well. They
Yeah, look
cast
him
him
up.
perfectly. Ernie Grunwald.
Say it again.
Ernie Grunwald.
And Devin Ratray.
Yes,
All right. And of course, we
they
have
are
Emily
great.
Perkins in here as Becky Rosen.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Doing a great job as ever and always. All right, so the LARPing begins, and we realize that the first person to find the bones of mean old Letitia Gore will get a $50 gift certificate to Sizzler.
Woo!
So
Great
the
prize.
LARPing
Wonderful prize
begins.
for this event.
We learn that this bed and breakfast was once an orphanage run by the mean old Letitia Gore, who murdered 4 boys here on the grounds before she took her own life. We cut to a lone LARPer with a little cardboard EMF meter, which is so cute. And he's like, the EMF's going crazy. He finds mean Miss Letitia Gore, and he shoots her with a Nerf dart and complains that she's supposed to vanish. And the actress is like, how am I supposed to vanish? And he's like, I don't know. But a real ghost pops up and does vanish. Miss Gore won't let us have any fun, he says. Naughty, 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 pops up mean Letitia Gore. These are real ghosts, so take a drink. Real
Yes,
ghosts are
yeah.
popping up. I'm going to take a drink.
Yeah, I actually took a drink on the first scream of the actress. I didn't know it was a real ghost thing only. I actually counted the fake
Oh,
ghost
you counted the
scream
fake
as a
ghost too?
sighting as well. Yeah, yeah. Why not?
Cut to Sam and Dean, who are drinking at the bar with the actress who's playing mean old Letitia Gore, and she's totally blowing him off until she looks up and sees that he's actually hot. Which is a great moment. She's like, yeah, yeah,
Super great
everybody in their leather jacket has been hitting on me tonight. Oh, but you seem different.
moment. You're not afraid of women. That's what she says. She says you
Yeah.
seem like you're not afraid of women.
It's a great moment. So Sam and Dean overhear the guy who saw the real ghost, and he's like, "Look, I'm getting out of here, and you should too." And so they're like, "Oh, maybe there is a case here. Maybe there is something going on." They pay off the real hotel manager for the real info, and they find out that it is indeed based on a real ghost story. It is indeed the anniversary of the night that it happened, that Letitia Gore murdered 4 boys, and they learn that it happened up in the attic. So they're not the only ones who are good at eavesdropping. Our featured Sam and Dean are also overhearing what the real Sam and Dean are up to, and they are also going to go up to the attic to check it out. They're looking around. They see a little kid ghost appearance, take a drink, and he points to a map which is covered or a painting on the wall which has a handprint behind it, a little child handprint behind it, and then they turn it over and it's covered in all these like bloody children's handprints. It's gross. They rip it
Yeah.
open and find the map, and they're convinced this is the coolest LARP ever.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the real Sam and Dean are in the attic, and the kid ghost is there revealing that he got all scalped. And he's like, my mommy loves me. My mommy loves me this much. It's gross. Sam and Dean get their answers
Yeah.
by calling the Historical Society. They find out that indeed one of the boys that was killed was Letitia Gore's own son. They
Mm.
steal the map from the featured Sam and Dean. And this is the part where we get the like, give me the map, Chuckles. Who you calling Chuckles? Chuckles. It's great.
Yeah.
And he says, let's work together and we can get this thing done twice as fast. And featured Sam and Dean are like, okay, but we get the gift card and we get to be Sam and Dean. So that relegates our Sam and Dean to being Rufus and Bobby.
Rufus and Bobby.
Yeah. So Dean
uh,
has one of his like little go off moments where he's like, "Why would you choose to be Dean and Sam? It's not fun, it's not entertaining, and their pain is not from your amusement." But they found their way by the
like, you know, they're
cemetery.
fictional.
Yeah, and he's like, "What would Sam and Dean think about what you're doing?" And he's like, "Well, I don't think they would get their feelings hurt. I don't think they would care because they're imaginary." And he's like, "They would care. They would care a lot."
Sam is just like, he's really into it.
Yep. So they're in the cemetery, and our fake Sam and Dean are looking around. They're looking around. They're trying to find the like some fake plastic bones that are hidden around here. And the real Sam and Dean are like, well, bones are usually under the ground. And they're like, you're digging up a real grave there, dude. And he's like, yep, join the party. Uh,
Like, this is what you signed up for.
Yep, they're really unhappy about it. And as soon as the real bones are revealed, they bail. Letitia Gore appears and attacks them as they're trying to get away, but she gets ganked and vanishes up into a puff of smoke before their very eyes. Thinking that they're all safe now and that the danger is over. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, which turns out to be the wrong move.
Very much the wrong move. But they're at the hotel, they're all drinking. And it's like, wow, that was intense. Yeah, you guys are really good at this LARPing thing. Sam and Dean go to leave and realize that every entrance has been sealed and locked. They're trapped in now with the ghost. The little boy ghost appears and says, why would you send my mommy away? My mommy didn't do this. And they're like, oopsie doopsie. Cut to the hallway where the tall German scarecrow who wanted to know about the bungees, is confronted by these 3 scary ghost kids with knives who are like, Letitia Gore is gone. Now we can have all the fun we want. And they kill him and scalp him. Yikes. In the
Yeah.
main hall,
Yeah, the scalping in this episode's
it's
nuts.
really gross. Yeah, scalping
Yeah.
is gross.
And creepy. Like the kids, they do a good job with the kids. They do a good job with like just them wielding the knives. It's terrifying.
Yep.
Like all those kids look terrifying. Like, yeah. Oh, I
It's
love that.
a
And I love
good
the line
ghost
that Devin got.
makeup.
Oh, real original, supernatural and creepy kids. Real original.
Yeah. He's one of those fans that you really do see at conventions who are like, I'm here because I love it, but I'm going to complain about it the whole time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be extremely critical.
So in the main hall, Dean and Sam heard everyone in there, and he's like, "Well, Chuck, your Q&A is about to get extended." And he's like, "What's up next? Angels. They're not as lame as you think." Then he's doing that and stalling while everyone's been salted into the main ballroom. Sam and Dean are going to fight the ghost. And there's a fun moment where he's like, "These boys were playing cowboy and Indian," and Dean goes, "They were LARPing. LARPing as cowboys and Indians."
Yeah.
Right? They were LARPing as cowboys and Indians. They were only afraid of one thing, and that was mean old Letitia Gore. So Dean gets an idea to go grab the LARP Letitia Gore. And I feel like this was a very unethical decision on their part.
Oh yeah, completely. I don't know if they do this in a later season. I don't know if they use the bait.
Yeah, they're
Use
using
her
this
as
poor
bait in a
girl as
later
bait.
season.
And she doesn't want to. She's really scared. She's like, "I can't do this." And they're like, "Sure you can." So Dean is
Yeah.
trying to use her to attract the ghosts of the boys and get them to open the doors. Sam and his buddies, the fake Dean and Sam, are going to try and get out and go salt and burn the bones of the boys. So she's LARPing. She's like, "Boys, come here this instant. You come when I call you." But you naughty boys, open the doors. But her cell phone goes off.
Oh yeah.
Her ringtone goes off.
Oh man.
The only people who managed to squirt out of the building were our featured fake Sam and Dean. So they run to the cemetery. Good thing they know where it is. They've got shovels that were already in the graveyard, and they're like, "Supernatural makes it seem way too easy to dig up bodies. I'm going to throw up." And he's like, "No, keep going. You got
Once again,
this."
it's the writers being like, here's more things people complain about in our show. Like,
Yep.
here's more what the German guy would be saying, right? They always make it look so easy to dig up the graves.
Yeah.
It'd be very hard. All the times they'd spend days digging up graves.
They would have nothing but calluses on the palms of their hands from always digging, digging, digging. It's true, though. It's true. So in the convention center hall, the manager of the hotel is like, "This is stupid. I'm out of here." He breaks the salt circle, and immediately a little devil boy is attacking the people. Chuck dispatches him with an iron mic stand, and Becky immediately has goo goo eyes for Chuck. Oh my gosh, she's so bright.
Which, yeah, at this point, this is where I want to bring up a fundamental thing of this episode that is, I think, one of the most fascinating things I was thinking about during this episode. The biggest LARPer in this entire episode is Chuck.
Yep.
Right? Because
Absolutely.
he's literally doing all of this. He made every single what we know about the show come 10 years later will be that everything in this episode is manufactured by Chuck, and so that includes the the little boy almost getting him and him saving and looking good. And so then I'm like, and then he has the whole moment where he's like basically like manufacturing himself for Becky to be into him, and it's like, oh, it's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if at this point in season 5 they had plans. It seems like they might have, due to the line of Chuck saying, or like, in an earlier episode, Chuck saying like,
Oh
"I'm a
yeah, I'm a
god"
god.
or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I don't, so they obviously had maybe some sort of an inkling that that's where they wanted to go, and go with Chuck. But like, man, when you really watch this episode and really think about it from his perspective and his point of view, it's like he's the ultimate LARPer
Yep.
in this, because he's playing it up the whole way, even to the very last frame,
Mm-hmm.
when they go in on about all the, where the cult might be and everything. When Becky's like, "You mean you didn't read the book?" And Chuck's like, "I forgot." And I'm like, "Ew!" And it's like almost like gross. It only like gives me like, the more I thought about it, gave me like the yucks inside.
Yeah. I don't think
Like,
it does when you
yeah,
looking back with the eyeglasses of knowing that Chuck is
the
a
hindsight,
vengeful
yeah,
god and the ultimate supernatural villain.
right.
Um, but I don't think they
That's
knew
what I
that
mean.
yet.
Like, when you watch it now, it gives this episode, and you just like put that like tint on it. It gives this episode a really like slimy, grimy feeling,
Yeah, you can never look at Chuck
in a
really
good
the same
way,
way again.
in a good way. But like, yeah, it's just like but it is also like really kind of metaphorical almost, where it's like he is the ultimate LARPer. Like, there's all these different levels of the live action role playing going on in this episode, but he's the one who's doing it the most, and no one knows it.
Yep, because he's the storyteller.
I loved it.
It's
Right.
pretty
Yeah.
great. The fake Sam and Dean can't get their lighter lit, and he's like, "How does Dean always get it on the first try in
Mm.
the books?"
Also great. Also just more of that writer's
Meanwhile,
saying, here's what people keep complaining about.
Sam and Dean are both nearly getting scalped by little ghost boys. They're both just like wrestling with the boys, wrestling with the boys. They're not winning. They're losing. They're wrestling with the boys, and then finally, poof, the boys get ganked. Dean picks up his iron fireplace poker and says, "Maybe that guy was right. Maybe we should put these on budgies."
Yeah. Perfect line. I was confused. Weren't there 3 murderous little boys, or just 2?
There were, but the third one was attacking them in the hallway.
But I only the 2 featured Sam and Dean only dug 2 graves and salt and burned 2
Oh
2
no,
graves, right?
they show all 4 of the ghost boys in a little
Oh,
pile of.
okay.
They show a little pile of skeletons.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that. I must have been looking down, making a note or something.
Because I was thinking that too. Because there's 4 little boys' graves, so they had to dig up 4 graves.
Yeah, that's one of the like. Wow.
Yeah, there's 3 bad boys and the 1 little scalped boy.
Right. Yeah. Which he was probably not the one trying to hurt them. So that's why I was thinking they only probably needed to do 3.
Well, they should put him
But
to
how do you
rest.
know which one's which, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just all of them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we get a nice
Dang, so those guys had to dig 2 each. Oh,
two each. I know, and they were struggling so hard.
ah,
We
yeah.
we get a nice extended BM scene, boy melodrama scene between Dean and the featured Dean, who's like, "I don't think you really get what the stories are about. In real life, I work in a stereo store and he fixes speakers or something like that, and
Copiers.
I fixes
He
copiers.
fixes copiers.
So to get up every day and get to help people, get to be a hero, that's the best kind of life. That's what the supernatural books are about. Saving people and hunting things. The family business.
The family business.
And we're having a funny goodbye scene with Chuck. Oh, it's fine with us if you print more supernatural books. Really? No, not really. We have guns and we know where you live. And Becky is like, "Oh, by the way, you guys remember from the books that Bella gave the colt away, but she didn't. Or she gave it to a demon named Crowley. A demon named Crowley has the colt."
And so is this the first Crowley reference at all? Is this the first
Yep.
time we ever hear about Crowley?
Yep, we meet him in the next episode.
Really? Huh. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yep, so Becky's reading of the books has revealed a major lead as to where the colt is, And that's season 5, episode 9, The Real Ghostbusters.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Nope.
Yeah, I love this episode. I the whole time just had like a big old smile on my face.
It's a fun
Because it's so
one.
good. I think every character actor around the boys is absolute just nails it perfectly. I think the two featured, Sam and Dean, are wonderful. I obviously think Becky's great. Chuck does a great job. Rob Benedict does a great job really selling the Chuck and the whole bit. I think that the writers were absolutely on fire in this episode, both in like how they structured the episode and how they kept the kept being meta and self-reflexive, but not too much. They didn't overdo it. They just kind of peppered it here and there.
Yeah, it's a really
Yeah,
nice
I
balance
loved it.
between a scary, classic supernatural episode and a meta bonkers tongue-in-cheek supernatural episode. And
Yeah,
it's a nice
yeah,
break.
it was the perfect balance.
It's a nice break to have a monster of the week like this in the middle of such a heavy season as season 5.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yeah, there's a lot going on. Obviously, we're about to meet a major player in the next episode, so like good little like cool fresh breath of fresh air before like delving back into the rest of the season.
Yep.
Yeah, because yeah, it just how do you feel about angels?
They're not nearly as lame as you think.
I love it. Yeah, I just think that, and then I love I don't know. I think it's almost a flawless episode. I really think you chose an excellent one. I think that this is just a super freaking awesome, and it follows Changing Channels, right? It's right after Changing Channels, I believe.
Is changing channels in season 5?
I think it is. I think the previous episode
Let's
is
look it up.
Changing Channels. Yes, it is. So it follows an episode.
Wow.
Yeah, follows an episode that we've already done and that we
Is this
love.
our first
Yeah.
time doing back to backers? No, you did back to backers.
No, because I did back to backer a while ago, but we obviously did Changing Channels a long many weeks ago,
Yeah.
months ago
Many,
now.
many episodes ago.
But yes, so I just like that it just follows one that we've already talked about and done, and obviously then we just talked about Bella recently too, so like we got about Bella references in it, and it sits perfectly I think in the time crux of Supernatural as well. I think if you were to take, you could probably show someone this episode who had never really seen or known anything about Supernatural, and like they're not going to get a lot of the jokes or anything, but I think they would have a good time.
Yeah.
Still, I think this is one you could show someone and be like, this is what the show is about. Like here's kind of, it's like it's scary, it's spooky, but it's also like really fun and quirky and like makes fun of itself.
And like
So
touching
like
and meaningful.
yeah, and that too, you get that great moment at the end, the whole BM scene at the end with the featured Sam and Dean. Like it was a great moment, and like yeah, I just I was really enjoying this episode quite a bit. I think we should do it for
Yay.
mashup.
Okay. All right, here we go. How did the rules play out? Well, the panels are only announced once, obviously.
Yeah.
But I wanted to call attention to them. I got the yellow-eyed cooler twice.
So did I.
I got them saying LARP or LARPing 5 times.
5 times. Okay, I only got 3. But I might have missed a couple, obviously. The one thing I noticed was that, much like in the LARP in the Real Girl episode, I feel like they say the game a lot more than a LARP.
Mm-hmm. You're taking
So
the
that's
game
what I
too
was gonna say.
seriously.
Maybe an alternative rule is, yeah, you're taking the game too seriously. Come on, it's the
It's just
game.
a
Like I feel like they
game.
say the game a lot. Yeah, yeah. I like how then, yeah, and then LARP and the Real Girl is just a game. But I think, yeah, in this, yeah, they do it quite a bit in this one too.
Excellent.
So you can play LARP or game or both,
Mm-hmm.
or not, however much you want. Make it your own.
Agent names I got 2 times, but it's doubled both times because they're like the most. It's like Lennon and McCartney and Jagger and
Richards, yeah.
Richards. So double up. That's
Yeah.
a
The most
quadrupler.
obvious, like, yeah.
I got naughty, naughty, naughty 4 times.
I got it 3. Maybe I didn't count when the actress says it at the end. Does
Oh,
she say
maybe.
naughty,
I
naughty,
think she
naughty?
does.
Maybe. Okay, then I must have. I think I missed that one.
How many ghost sightings did you get?
I counted 8.
Ooh, I got 9.
Okay. Again, I think I was like drinking and not marking down as this went on. I was drinking at the time like a 9% beer, so the further we got into it, I think the less I was marking things down. How many chuckles did you get?
3.
3? Yep,
Mm-hmm.
got 3. Salt and burn bones.
5 times.
5 times. I only got 3.
Because you were only counting the 2 bad boys who were gonna scalp Sam and Dean. There were 4 boys and Letitia Gore.
Well, and Letitia. So I counted only 2 bad boys and then Letitia Gore because I only saw the 2 graves. So that's why I was.
Yeah.
And then that's what Sam and Dean would do.
Yeah. Well, that comes at the moment where he's like, "We're gonna help," and he's like, "Are you sure? You've seen how scary this can be?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna help." It's what
Yeah.
Sam and Dean would do.
And then the music just like hits.
Yeah.
It's great.
So that is season 5, episode 9. The Real Ghostbusters, a great episode, a real triumph. What is coming next, Nate McWhorter?
Oh, Krissy. Next, we're gonna jump forward. We're gonna go 6 seasons forward. Actually,
Okay.
we're going all the way to season 11,
Okay.
episode 7, an episode that we know quite well because it has been done at the Phoenix Fan Fusion
Is
Fest
it plush?
before. It is plush.
Yeah.
We are doing plush. Another one again. I could probably watch. I love watching it, but it is also one that is sometimes hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest
It's a
thing
tough
to
one.
watch, at times, but it's a great episode. So here's our rules that we're gonna do. Mask attack.
Okay.
Taking a drink for a mask attack. I'm calling them Donna-isms.
Okay.
Drinking for Donna-isms. Sammy sees a clown. Taking a drink. We're taking a drink for Donna Doug Diggs.
Okay.
Let's see, because I just wanted to have a rule that's Donna Doug Diggs. And then we got stay inside the circle.
Okay.
And then the last rule, there's no shot for this episode. I didn't have a shot for this episode, but the last rule is prayer talk.
Prayer talk. I like stay in the
Yeah,
circle. That's a classic
prayer
rule
talk.
we haven't done in a long time.
Yeah, it's a good one, and I mean, it's just fun. Anytime I see the circle, I always like think about it, and then of course, you drink twice if they don't stay inside the circle.
Of course.
Yeah, but it's an episode that's super fun. Features one of our favorite side characters, and Donna, and yeah, I'm excited to talk about it next time.
Awesome. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for sticking around to find out what's coming up next. There's even more to this episode. So if you're still having a great time here with us, there's even more to this episode. You can become a supporting member over at True Story FM and get bonus content in which we discuss our lessons learned and have some fun continuing conversation. Do that over at True Story FM, where you can also find my other podcast, the Most Excellent 80s Movies podcast, and the Cool Time Dice Hour. Nate, is there anything you want to plug?
Oh gosh, come to the neighborhood comedy theater. Check out an improvised comedy show. We do them on Fridays and Saturday nights at 7:30. And occasionally we do a 9:30 show on select nights, as we did last night. And I did not know we were having one, but we did, and it was fun. Yeah, So check it out, nctphoenix.com. We're in downtown Mesa. If you're in the Phoenix area, heck, if you're in the Four Corners area, come on
Yeah.
down. It's only like 110 for like the next 10
Yeah,
days.
it's totally worth the drive.
We have air
Bring
conditioning.
your
Come check it
sunblock.
out.
And so while
Yeah,
you're
even at night inside.
while you're in the world, while you're out there in the world saving people and hunting things, you know, the family business, do keep the Gank That Drank motto in mind. Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.
Party on, dudes.